At the center of this chapter is one name, Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. Before Jesus heals bodies, he comes to heal hearts. Before miracles, there is mercy. Before the cross, there is Emmanuel, God with us. Not God above us, not God far from us, but God with us, in confusion, in silence, in obedience, in unfinished stories. As you close this reflection, ask yourself gently, where do I need to trust God, even without full understanding? Which part of my story do I believe God cannot use? What would it mean for me to believe that God is truly with me right now? Matthew chapter 1 does not demand answers from us. It offers reassurance. God has already entered the story, and he has not left. If you are listening today and carrying regret or shame or a past you wish you could undo, Matthew chapter 1 gently reminds us your story is not disqualified. Then we hear about Mary, a young woman, no position, no power, no public explanation. She does not argue. She does not demand clarity. She does not ask for guarantees. She simply trusts. Mary teaches us that faith is not the absence of fear. Faith is choosing obedience in the presence of fear. And Joseph, a righteous man who never speaks a single word in this chapter. He listens, he obeys, he protects quietly. Joseph reminds us that some of the most faithful people will never stand on a stage, never be noticed, never be applauded. But heaven sees them. Let us stay in silence for a moment. We have just heard a genealogy, a long list of names that may sound distant, and yet they are deeply familiar. Because this is not just the family line of Jesus Christ, it is the story of how God chooses to work through human lives. Not perfect lives, not flawless stories, but real ones. In Matthew chapter 1, we see kings and ordinary people. We see faith and failure. We see obedience and sin. We see women whose pasts were complicated, men whose choices were broken, families marked by both promise and pain. And still, God enters that story. This is something we must not rush past. God did not wait for a pure bloodline. He did not erase uncomfortable names. He did not rewrite history to make it cleaner. Instead, he stepped directly into it. Perhaps that is the first message Matthew wants us to hear. God does not save us from a distance. He saves us from within our story. This is how the birth of Jesus Christ came about. His mother Mary was pledged to be married to Joseph, but before they came together, she was found to be pregnant through the power of the Holy Spirit. Joseph, her husband, was a righteous man. He did not want to expose her to public disgrace, so he planned to divorce her quietly. But after he had considered this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because what is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet, "The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel," which means God with us. When Joseph woke up, he did what the angel of the Lord had commanded him and took Mary home as his wife. And Mary was the mother of Jesus, who is called the Messiah. So there were 14 generations from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the exile in Babylon, and 14 from the exile to the Messiah. This is the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah was the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Before miracles, before teachings, before the cross. The story of Jesus Christ begins with a list of names. Names of kings and sinners, names of faith and failure. And yet this is how God chose to begin the story of salvation. Today we listen to Matthew chapter 1, a reminder that God enters human history not through perfection, but through real lives. Take a deep breath, slow down, and listen. Before miracles, before teachings, before the cross. The story of Jesus Christ begins with a list of names. Names of kings and sinners, names of faith and failure. And yet this is how God chose to begin the story of salvation. Today we listen to Matthew chapter 1, a reminder that God enters human history not through perfection, but through real lives. Take a deep breath, slow down, and listen.